Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Lutfi Firmansyah. I am a tourism student from Jakarta State University. In this occasion, I will tell you about a history of a city in Indonesia. The city I will tell you about is Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta is the capital city of special region of Yogyakarta in Indonesia on the island of Java. As the only Indonesian royal city that's still ruled by a monarchy, Yogyakarta is regarded as an important center for classical Javanese fine arts and culture, such as batik textiles, drama, literature, music, poetry, silversmithing, visual arts, and wayang puppetry. Renowned as a center of Indonesian education, Yogyakarta is a home to a large student population and dozens of schools and universities, including Gajah Mada University, the country's largest institute of higher education and one of its most prestigious. Yogyakarta is the capital of Yogyakarta Sultanate and served as Indonesian capital from 1946 to 1948 during Indonesian National Revolution, with Gedung Agung as the president's office. One of the districts in southeastern Yogyakarta, which is Kota Gede, was the capital of the Mataram Sultanate between 1587 and 1613. The city population was 422,732 inhabitants at the 2017 census. Its built-up area was home to 4,010,436 inhabitants, which includes city of Magelang and 65 districts across Sleman, Klaten, Bantul, Kulon Progo, and Magelang Regency. At 0.837, Yogyakarta has one of highest HDI, Human Development Index, within Indonesia, with which it is considered a developed city. To rapidly jumpstart the economy, plan for second phase Indonesia high-speed train via southbound is currently being developed from Bandung to Yogyakarta and Solo, initiating construction by 2020, which projected to be completed in 2024. So, let's talk about the history of Yogyakarta. It begins long time ago when Mataram Kingdom is still in Yogyakarta. According to the Changal inscription dated 732 CE, the area traditionally known as Mataram became the capital of the Medang Kingdom, identified as Medang Ibumi Mataram, established by King Sanjaya of Mataram. The inscription was found in the Hindu temple in central Java, 40 kilometers away from Yogyakarta and 20 kilometers away from the giant Borobudur temple complex. This Hindu temple itself was on the border between the area of the Hindu Sanjaya dynasty and the area of Buddhist Shailendra dynasty. Mataram became the center of a refined and sophisticated Java Hindu-Buddhist culture for about 3 centuries in the heartland of Progo River Valley, on the southern slopes of Mount Merapi volcano. This time period witnessed the construction of numerous candi or temple, including Borobudur and Prambanan. Around the year 929 CE, the last ruler of Sanjaya dynasty, which is King Empu Sindok of Mataram, moved the seat of power of the Mataram Kingdom from Central Java to East Java, and thus established the Isyana dynasty. The exact cause of the move is still uncertain, However, a severe eruption from Mount Merapi or a power struggle with the Sumatra-based Sriwijaya kingdom probably caused the move. Historians suggest that sometime during the reign of King Wawa of Mataram, Merapi erupted and devastated the kingdom capital in Mataram. After Mataram kingdom was collapsed, Majapahit Empire was conquering the area of Yogyakarta. During the Majapahit era, the area surrounding modern Yogyakarta was identified again as Mataram and recognized as one of the 12 Majapahit provinces in Java ruled by a duke known as Bre Mataram. During the reign of the fourth king of the Majapahit Empire, the Hindu king Hayam Wuruk of the Rajasa dynasty, the title of Bre Mataram was held by king's nephew and son-in-law, Wikramawardhana, later the fifth king of Majapahit. "60 years after Majapahit's reign in Yogyakarta, there was a new form of government in Yogyakarta. Kota Gede, now a district in southeastern Yogyakarta, was established as the capital of Mataram Sultanate from 1587 to 1613. During the reign of Sultan Agung Hanyokrokusumo, the Mataram Sultanate reached its zenith as the greatest kingdom in Java and expanded its influence to Central Java, East Java, and half of West Java. After two changes of capital, to Karta and then to Pleret, both located in the present-day Bantul Regency, the capital of Mataram Sultanate finally moved to Kartasura. And then, a civil war in the Mataram Sultanate broke out between Pakubuwono II, the last ruler of Kartasura, and his younger brother and heir apparent to the throne, Prince Mangkubumi, or later known as Hamengkubuwono I, or the first Sultan of Yogyakarta and the founder of the current royal house. Pakubuwono II had agreed to cooperate with Dutch East India Company or VOC and ceded some Mataram territory to Dutch. His younger brother, Prince Mangkubumi, stood against the agreement, citing concern that the people would become slaves under Dutch rule. During the war, Prince Mangkubumi defeated Pakubuwono II's force and declared sovereignty in the Sultanate of Yogyakarta, occupying the southern parts of the former Mataram Sultanate. With Pakubuwono II died from illness, the Yogyakarta Sultanate was established as a result of the Treaty of Gianti, or we called Perjanjian Gianti, signed and ratified on 13 February 1755 among Prince Mangkubumi, the Dutch East India Company or VOC, and his nephew, Pakubuwono III, and his allies, ascending to the newly created Yogyakarta throne with the name of Sultan Hamengkubuwono I. Mangkubumi thus established the royal house of Hamengkubuwono, still the ruling house of Yogyakarta today. Sultan Hamengkubuwono I and his family officially moved into the palace of Yogyakarta, still the seat of the reigning Sultan, on 7 October 1756. These events consequently marked the end of Mataram Sultanate, resulting the births of the rival Yogyakarta Sultanate and the Surakarta Sultanate. During the British occupation of Java in 1811, rumors of plans by the Yogyakarta court to stage a rebellion caused uneasiness among the colonial authorities.
On June 20th, 1812, Stamford Raffles led a 1,200-strong British force to attack the royal city. The Javanese, surprised by the attack, were easily subdued. Yogyakarta fell in one day, with the city destroyed and its palace looted. This event completely stripped the Sultanate of its remaining power and influence. The Shah also left court humiliated and ultimately fought a rebellion against the Dutch, which would be known as the Java War.
In 1942, the Japanese Empire invaded the Dutch East Indies and ruled Java until they were defeated in 1945. And then, President Sukarno proclaimed the Independence Day of the Indonesian Republic on 17 Augustus 1945. Sultan Hamengkubuwono IX promptly sent a letter to Sukarno, expressing his support for the newly born nation of Indonesia and acknowledging the Yogyakarta Sultanate as part of the Indonesian Republic. The Sultanate of Surakarta did the same, and both of the Javanese kingdom were accordingly awarded privileged status as special regions within the Indonesian Republic. However, because of a leftist anti-royalist uprising in Surakarta, the Sultanate of Surakarta lost its special administrative status in 1946 and was absorbed into Central Java province. Yogyakarta's support was essential in the Indonesian struggle for independence during the Indonesian National Revolution of 1945 to 1949. The city of Yogyakarta became the capital of Indonesian Republic from 1946 to 1948 after the fall of Jakarta to the Dutch. Later, the Dutch also invaded Yogyakarta, causing the Republic's capital to be transferred once again to Bukit Tinggi in West Sumatra on 19 December 1948. The general offensive of 1 March 1949 resulted in an Indonesian political and strategic victory against the Dutch and the withdrawal of Dutch forces from Yogyakarta. On 29 June 1949, Yogyakarta was completely cleared of Dutch forces under pressure from the United Nations. Because of its insignificant contribution to the survival of the Indonesian Republic, Yogyakarta was given autonomy as a special district, making it the only region headed by a recognized monarchy in Indonesia. Today, the heritage of Mataram Empire until the Dutch East Indies are now still scattered everywhere. They have Sultanate Palace with its philosophical axis directing to the White Palm Monument, Pakualaman Castle, heritage related to noble families surrounding those two past kingdoms, and all their reminiscence. Also, heritages related to colonialism and independence struggle are everywhere, from monuments to museums, such as Monumen Jogja Kembali, Benteng Frederik, Museum Perjuangan, Dewantara Kirtigria, Sastik Taloka, etc. Museums also been built around the themes of those former kingdoms and Javanese culture in general, such as Museum Sonobudoyo, Wayang Kekayon, and Batik. This type of museums is also in the castle area, such as Museum Keraton Ngayogyakarta,
and Kereta in Sultanate Palace and Museum Pura Pakualaman in Pakualaman Castle area. Other heritages, including old buildings such as Yogyakarta Railway Station and Dutch-style houses in Kota Baru. The last mentioned is an incredibly exciting heritage place for not only its buildings, but also its landscape in general. A late Dutch architect, Thomas Karsten, planned it to follow the garden city style developed by Englishmen named Ebenezer Howard. This area was also crucial during the independence struggle as one of the battlefields, and a monument has been founded to commemorate it, entitled Monumen Perjuangan Kota Baru. Maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry if there's any inconvenience in my video from the words to my action, and thank you for watching my video, and goodbye.